I have Luke's yard seeder right now for this big sexy, but it should work just fine. Well, all right, guys. Fall food plots day one. I'm standing here in our unplanted hay field. Spin the camera around real quick for you. In the next couple days, the farmer's going to get a hay seed in here. Over my shoulder, this big green mess over here is domain overhaul and also whatever weeds we tilled up when we tilled this spring and killed the former plot. It looks like a bunch of nothing to me, and I'm not an expert, but I'll let you look. Just looks like a bunch of weedy grass to me. I'm going to come in here today and seed our fall food plot blends. We're going to use Domain products still. I'm going with the Big Sexy and maybe a little bit of the Green Machine. The Big Sexy we used in a plot last year, and had a good amount of bucks using it, including the wolf. So we know it worked, especially in October. They're eating the greens. I really want to get rid of these weeds. I can't stand these weeds. So what we're going to do is I'm going to spread my seed throughout this food plot. Then I'm going to go back and get the brute force and the sprayer and the Roundup, and I'm going to spray the hell out of this. Let it dry on the leaves, and then I'm going to come in with the cultipacker and crimp the hell out of all this, mat it down. Plan being, we're not going to tear up the soil to bring up new seed and dormant seed that turns into weeds. Hopefully the spray will kill everything that's here, and then when I crimp all this dead matter down over top of the seed that I spread, it'll create a moisture barrier with all this humidity and the cool mornings and the shade from all these trees. Create a nice little moisture barrier because there's not a lot of rain in the forecast, unfortunately. Create a moisture barrier to have the seed germinate, and then we're going to go on vacation, do our shark fishing stuff. You'll see that in some other videos. Come back. And I probably won't be back here for it won't be back for about 2 weeks. We'll come back and check in 2 weeks and see what it looks like. I might put a camera up over it so we can kind of keep an eye on it via cell cam. We'll see. But yeah, that's today's plan. It's going to be really hot, beautiful August 10th day. And then there's some other projects I'm going to work on here in a little bit as well that I'll key you in on, but let's get this seeded right now. My buddy Eric, who I did the neighbor plot for last year, you saw it on the Family Dream Farm series. He has my good spreader, so I have Luke's yard seeder right now for this Domain Big Sexy, but it should work just fine. Those brassica seeds are nice and tiny, so gap, gotta have a small gap. We talk about it a lot, but and we made the mistake earlier this year on this same exact plot where we just spread too many seeds in one pass. So it happens to the best of us, or the worst of us. Okay, seed is spread. Did a pretty good job. That little spreader made it real easy, actually. But I feel like I did this plot dirty, so I'm going to do a little bit of a better walkthrough. While I was seeding, I found out that it actually did grow some stuff. So if I get down here on the interior of the plot, outside, you can see behind me there, that tall Timothy grass, whatever that junk is. There's some brassica of some kind. I don't know what this big, large flowering plant is, some kind of brassica. There's clover in here. But there's also this, I don't know, I call it, here, I'll pull out some to see the difference. So I got, the one plant is obviously clover. The other one is some, I call it swamp clover. I don't know if the deer eat it. I gotta look up and see what it actually is, but it's got that jagged leaf. Smooth leaf clover, jagged leaf swamp clover. My watering hole project right there. That's the land bridge watering hole. We've talked about it a lot. And one bad thing that I did find, and I don't know what it is to, I don't know how to explain it, to be honest with you, but yeah, I'll just show you. There's a dead fawn laying here. It doesn't look tore up either, and it doesn't look unhealthy either. So I'm not sure what caused that. I'm gonna have to move it out of the plot, obviously, to work on it, but it kind of looks like it has that mud butt look to it. I've seen deer with like that in the past. Usually they get that diarrhea, mud butt, black, tarry stool kind of situation. The ones I've seen in like January, February when they're eating corn and corn alone and nutrition is low. But I don't know what happened here. And he has, whatever it is, it has not been there long. There's some flies on it, but it's not completely decomposed and smelly, and it's not matted down around here at all. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna need your thoughts on that. But something killed this fawn, disease or critter wise, apparently. That's sad. That sucks. All right, SWAT machines, brute force, sprayer, Roundup. Crazy tall weeds. Let's get this done. Hopefully this goes without any hitches. All right, we're sprayed and also pretty well crimped, but I'm gonna get the cultipacker with some real weight up here and push this down so that we get a good moisture barrier, and hopefully next time I check this, it's brown and dead with little shoots coming up. But we're excited, should be good. Maybe kill a target buck out of that there blind, we'll see. We are nice and crimped, seeded, sprayed, crimped, done with this one. Seafield plot. Next step is to let it go a couple weeks and come back and check on it. Pretty excited. All right guys, I'm over here. Little red shed plot from last year. We planted Big Sexy and then mixed in the comeback kid with the clover and the chicory. Obviously the brassicas are all dead now. We've been mowing them out. You know, they mature after 1 year, but there is a lot of clover. That's popping up in here. I've been brush hogging it to try to keep up with the weeds. Did the best I could. It's time to go chemicals. We have cleth in the sprayer, so I'm gonna hit this real quick with the cleth, then go over to our other 2 clover plots and hit them as well real quick. We did about a week and a half ago, but I want to hit some of the heavy grassy areas and really nuke them. All right guys, clover's coming in. The grass is getting killed off by the cleth we sprayed last week. I came in here with a spot sprayer to get any spots that were green, but if I look down, all the clover is green, all the grass is yellow. It's working well. Working very well. We're happy with it, very happy with it. I'm gonna go check a few more, do the same thing. See where that leaves us time-wise. Talked about this in the last one. Last year this was called the hidden cornfield plot. Obviously, it ain't a cornfield no more. We got pretty awesome beans that should be green at the end of the season. I came down here and mowed it because this clover looks amazing. And this is by far the best plot on the farm for getting mature bucks. You probably saw in the last episode, we'll show you in this episode. Just awesome mature bucks. I came in today with the Roundup, sprayed all this grassy part in the middle here. No clover's growing there, sprayed that. That's gonna get a mixture of the comeback kid clover mixture and some fall, like cover crop basically, a nurse crop. And if I have time today, I might even come out here with the tractor and dig that watering hole I've been talking about. This thing will have food, water, cover. It'll be a beautiful thing. But I'm gonna get Boog in. We need this to die. Might get the tractor out here, get a water hole dug. It's pretty exciting, man. This is a spot right here that you might see a lot of footage from. Update on the mega plot while we're out doing stuff today. I'm standing in the old section from last year, which was the hot chick, and it looks really, really good. Just super heavy chicory. I'll come down here. Super heavy chicory that we put in last year. I frost seeded some clover over it this year. Pretty good. I'll come over here to the new section, which was screening last year in grass, and you can see that the cleth we sprayed is working really good. There's a whole bunch of yellow, which is the dying grasses. That looks pretty thick over there. I sprayed it again when we did the spot spray. Some of it might be a little bit more of a broadleaf plant, so it won't die from the cleth, and I'll have to keep mowing it, but we're happy with how the cleth is killing these grasses off. There was a spot that was missed here, very green, but I sprayed that, and the chicory is popping up through all the dead grass. It's pretty thin in some spots, so I'm gonna kind of hold off mowing it for a while. Hopefully we get some rains here and some wet mornings so it can grow, and then we'll do a heavy frost seed next spring if we can. Try and salvage it a little bit more, but the spot that we planted last year, the field we planted last year, looks really good. Broken tine plot. This was an episode that Ethan pretty much took the lead on. We did a spring planting of the comeback kid and the hot chick here. And to be honest with you, I know it looks very green around me for a kill plot in the middle of the woods, which is nice. If we get down low here, there's not really much of what we planted. I see some clover. I see some of that natural weird yellow clover that grows in the woods, but I do see some of the white clover we planted. I don't see one chicory plant, and then just a lot of grass. So it looks like a lot of the dormant seeds that were in here when we tilled it up started to grow. For whatever reason, the chicory, there's a little tiny bit right there. I see a little bit of chicory, but it's basically weeds, green matter, but we're gonna hunt over it anyway. So we got the massive mineral lick. It's one of the original 3, and then there's acorns behind me here. A couple different groves of acorns, so I'll let you get a close-up look, but overall kind of a fail. I do have a trail camera here on it though, so we will see what the action's been like over the last couple weeks. The mosquito pit is holding water throughout this drought, so that's good. Obviously I would love for it to be filled up, but we haven't had rain in forever, and there's not very much rain in the forecast. But come fall, when it's wet and saturated, that should be full. And I have to make a decision here in the coming weeks whether or not I want to take down some of these trees back here, open this area up, and plant something. I don't know what I want to do yet. To be determined.